Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I have another custom spread for my newest Platinum patron, Brandy, and I'm so excited about her idea. She asked for a fall in New York theme spread, which I'm so excited about. So I've pulled out the Fall Harvest sticker book, the new one. I have Grateful Heart from Wrong Wrong and Autumn in the Country, which I get is not New York, but these girls are fashionable, so I think they're going to work. I have this piece that I cut out with my Cricut that I'm going to use to kind of set the tone in the background, and we're just going to kind of play and see what we can come up with for fall in New York. So I will link everything that I end up using down below. Otherwise, I'll put you guys on fast forward. Let's go. All right, so Brandy works in a big size vertical planner each week, and so that's the size I'm going to use. We're going to do an undated one just to make it really easy for her to be able to pop this in the fall whenever she would like. And I'm starting out with this piece that I cut out using my Cricut. Now my Cricut was a little finicky for some reason on this particular day. I don't know if you guys have this issue with your cutting machines. It was being like really aggressive all of a sudden with the cutting, and so some of it was a little bit unclear. That's not going to be an issue because I'm just going to take my pen and do some outlining just to make it a little bit easier and to make it pop a little bit more and to fill in some of those details. But right now I'm just going to put some adhesive there on the back of it, and we're going to divide it between the two halves of the spread. I did decide to go ahead and keep the actual skyline within the boxes, and then you'll see I'm going to add some different scrapbook paper at the bottom that will kind of serve as a base for the skyline. But I thought it would be a good backdrop for this particular spread to do that New York skyline. I thought it was such a fun idea. New York in the fall seems just like a romantic ideal. I know so many TV shows kind of base themselves in New York in the fall, like an eternal fall season, just because it's such a fun time. And I love the idea of the crisp weather. I love the idea of the fall fashion in New York, how you do get to like change up your clothes because in so many parts of the country it's warm for so long or it goes straight to cold. And I like that you have this idea of that in the fall in New York you get to experiment with fashion. That's when Fashion Week is, and that's what led me to go ahead and choose those Wrong Wrong sticker books, because Wrong Wrong is a fashion illustrator. Her girls are so inspiring. They're always dressed to the nines, and I thought they would make the cutest New York gals kind of strolling the streets in New York on a crisp fall day. I thought would be a lot of fun. All right, once the outlining is done, then I'm really gonna drive home the fall theme with some scrapbook paper at the bottom. It'll kind of serve like washi tape in a way, but I love the fall leaves and the acorns and that it had the same kind of color feel that I was going for. I believe this is from Felicity Jane. It's just some that I had in my stash. So I'm gonna put this at the bottom just a little bit and then trim off the edges, and then I'll do the same on the other side. And so I feel like it's just giving you the feel of the fall leaves on the sidewalk. I actually don't know if there's fall leaves on the sidewalk. I assume that there's fall colored leaves because of Central Park. So we're gonna go with the fact that sure, I'm sure there's some fall color going on in New York. So trimming that off, and then that's kind of our basis. Then we're gonna have some fun with some other scrapbook paper. I'm actually going to punch a few boxes out of the scrapbook paper. It gets a little bit caught. It's kind of funky. But using scrapbook paper in your spreads is such a great way to customize it. I generally will combine it with stickers in some way, but this is going to be a really unique way to create your own look for boxes. Also, if you work in a big size planner and yet you're working with classic sized boxes, it's nice to kind of use these bigger boxes to be like a matting almost. And that's what I'm going to do is I will be putting some regular size boxes on this and kind of put the two together just to make a unique look. I am absolutely loving this Grateful Heart sticker book. I think it is a cool twist on a traditional fall type sticker book. I think the girls are super fashionable. I think the writing from Amy Tangerine is so pretty. I love the pops of pink that are in here and kind of the vibrancy of the fall colors. It's not muted at all. Like, it's going to be vibrant colors. And this book also has Christmas in it as well, or like the winter season. And the same thing, vibrant colors, not super muted, which of course is my vibe. Like, I'm totally into all the vibrant colors. I'm hoping that Brandy is also. I guess I'll find out. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking when I get a new platinum patron and I make their first custom spread for them, just because I am still learning about them, still trying to figure out their likes and dislikes. And so it's great once we've worked together for a few months, because I really start to understand, I feel like, the types of things they're looking for in their custom spreads. And then of course, in these custom spreads, I always try to go a little bit over the top. I want to create something that they probably would not create for themselves, because I think we all tend to do simpler things for ourselves. We only do, more detailed spreads when we have a ton of time. And so I want to give them like a really special spread that stands out in their planner. The stickers I'm using are actually alpha stickers from Illustrated Faith and Dayspring back in the day. So those are some oldies but goodies, but I thought they were super cute. So I used that to add the title, Fall in New York. And now I'm going to try to figure out how I can put some more boxes on the page. I end up not really using the Fall Harvest sticker book. It is definitely a more muted kind of calm feel, and I was going for vibrant because I imagine that New York is vibrant all year long, not just in the spring or summer or winter. Like, I think New York is just a vibrant place. So I didn't think muted colors really made sense. I'm trying to figure out what I want to put over in the sidebar. I was struggling a little bit with where I put my title. I didn't want to pull up all those alphas because I was afraid they would lose their stick. But I figured, let's start putting some ladies down. They are obviously bigger than the skyline, like the proportions. The skyline is in the background, they're in the foreground, and I'm trying to figure out where I can add a few more. But of course, I put the alpha stickers there. So how are they going to fit in? You can see me kind of struggling a little bit, but what I need is a box for them to live by. Whenever you have people on your spreads, like these sticker people, I would say, I do like to anchor them in some way. I don't like having them floating out in the middle of nowhere on my planner spread. So I usually anchor them either with washi tape as like a floor, or I give them a box of some sort. You can see that I've pulled out another sticker book. This is actually from Live Love Posh, part of her Rainbow Florals line. I love it because not only does it have gorgeous florals, but it has colorful boxes, and it has colorful boxes in a ton of colors. This is actually the orange floral sticker book, but I think these colors are going to go really well. And now I'm just looking for some pieces to layer. The thing about most of the Wrong sticker packs and the Wrong sticker books is that her boxes, even the functional ones, are decorative, meaning they usually have illustrations, girls, something like that. I don't like to repeat girls on a page. I only want that girl showing up one time, and so I can't use all of her functional boxes on the same page where I'm wanting to use the girls on the clear sticker paper. I know it's a weird thing. There's probably no reason I could not use the girls on the page, but it's just, it is what it is. It's like a little hang up with me, and so I don't like repeating them. And so I always end up mixing in some other boxes that are more plain, just so that I can have a variation on my page. Plus, I like to use a lot of boxes, and I know not everyone uses quite as many as I do, but I like a ton of boxes. I use them to write events and schedule. That's usually my main purpose with having a box on a page. I tend to go with checklists or bullet points for tasks, boxes for schedule, or just things I need to highlight. So let me know if that's the case with you. Do you just list everything all in one? Do you have bullet points for your schedule? How do you like to plan out where you're going to put these things on the page? I know it's kind of weird when you're making a spread for someone else. I don't know Brandy's schedule for this particular week, but I'm just trying to give her a variety of places she can write. This is still, I know the New York skyline is pretty big. Brandy, if you need more writing room, you can write on top of it because it is scrapbook paper, so feel free to fill it up. You can also take some box stickers and layer it over the skyline, just pretending that it's completely background. And that'll give you a little bit more writing room. I still think there's a ton of room. That's like the hugest plus side of any of these big planners, is that there's just so much room to decorate and still have so much room to write. I think that's why people tend to go big, because they love the decorating aspect and they really want to keep the function as well. And so they, go big, like go big or go home. They're going to have tons of room to decorate. They're still going to be able to write all over this thing. It's a really good way to get the most out of your planner. All right, I'm trying to spread out a few more boxes. You can see I kind of struggle with where to put things. I know I have some quotes I want to put down. I'm going to add a little whiteout behind this one. This one says, "Do what makes your soul shine." And again, all of these quotes are lettered by Amy Tangerine, who has some of the most fun lettering. I absolutely love it. And I love that it's like sprinkled throughout the page. I think that's pretty nice. So I'm adding that quote right there. We'll do some more boxes on Tuesday. I definitely am going to add some checklists. I think I'll end up using a stencil later on for the checklist, just to give it a little bit of variety as opposed to all stickers. And then I have a couple boxes over here. So Brandy, if you're watching this, my idea is that these boxes are either some gratitude for the week, some things you want to highlight. You could write out your meals for the week, something like that over in those boxes. I'm going to use a sticker that says "Remember" above the kind of golden box. And then I feel like you could write the month right above the word "remember." So whatever month you end up using this one, I keep putting these stickers down crooked. It was killing me. I could not get a sticker on straight for the life of me today. So that's going to be there. I'll add the "remember" sticker, and then Brandy, you can add the month that you end up using this. You can add the month over the "remember" sticker. I think there's plenty of room to write it in right there. I'm just trying to look through the book and see what else I can add. Like I said, especially when I'm doing these patron spreads, I like to make it a really full spread. I'm someone that likes a full spread anyway. I like to fill it up. I fill it up completely with writing afterwards, but I do like to go ahead and go for it with the stickers because, like I said before, I kind of want it to be a special spread, something they're looking forward to. So we'll add just a few more stickers here and there, and then I am going to go reach for a stencil. The stencil I'm using is actually from a Be Happy box last fall, and it is a checklist stencil, and it's actually sized for a classic sized planner. But I think it, again, works really well in the big just because it gives you a little bit more space. So I'm going to add in all of the checklists and then take one last look at the spread. Oh, you know what? I forgot I did use the Fall Harvest sticker book in this next part. Once the checklists are over, I was looking at the spread. It was looking a little boxy to me. So to break up some of those lines, I'm going to add some fall foliage in some different places. I'll use my craft knife to kind of cut that out and make it be behind. And I'm just going to add it a few different places, a pumpkin, a few leaves, just to break up a little bit of the lines. I don't want to go too crazy because really only the oranges were the right color to include. But once that is done, then this custom spread is done. Brandy, I hope you love your spread. Everyone else that is watching, let me know what you think of this Fall in New York theme. I thought it was such a good idea. I thought Wrong Wrong was the perfect book to complete the spread. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Just like always, I will link everything that I used in the description box below so you can be sure to check that out. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons, to Brandy and all of the rest of them. We're having a fabulous time over on Patreon. I hope you take the chance to come check it out, see what's going on over on Patreon. I think you'll like it. So you can check out that link in the description box as well. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.